guys, what is up? It is Ryan Sneaks, and today we are going to be doing a video on the car. I've done a few videos on the K-Tuner and on the Honda Hack, but I kind of want to show you guys everything that I have done to it and what I plan on doing to it and all the other in-betweens. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's a 2018 Honda Civic EX hatchback. Now, there's not a whole lot of videos on the CVT. It's mainly the 6-speed that people focus on, the manual transmission. So with this one, this is a daily driver, no issues with it. I love it, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at it. Start with the front of the car here. My biggest gripe about the Civic really is the paint quality. I do have to use the paint that they provide from the dealer that you can buy. I've been having to fill in a lot of rock chips. The paint's just very thin. But besides that, I mean, the paint's held up pretty well. There are a few different marks on there, but it's a little hard to see since it is black. It all kind of just blends in. But the paint quality isn't the best on this car. As you see right here, I have the HFP lip. I went ahead and got that installed when I got the car. And then it also has the sides and also the rear diffuser, which we'll get to in a little bit. So that was one of the first things I picked up when I got the car. I also put the Type R emblem here on the front. It's getting ready to go. I have been waiting about 3 months for the Aerospec Racing carbon fiber ones, so just waiting on that. The lights on them, I kept the light housing stock and I just changed it for some LEDs. The same with the fog lights. I have yellow LEDs in there. This is what it looks like with the car on and the lights on. As you can see, you have the yellow light right here, and then you have the LEDs up front. And I also swapped out the side markers here just for some black ones. I got these on eBay for pretty cheap, and then I just kept the same amber LED bulb here inside. The wheels that I put on the car are the NKTS 10s. I did not like the 17-inch rims that came on the car, and I really was just wanting to do it for a while, and I finally did it. So I put some 18s on instead of the 17s that came on it. As you see, the black gets super dirty. I just washed my car yesterday and they are already like this. So I'm gonna have to keep up with this. I'm probably gonna wipe them down after the video here. I did install some OEM mud guards on them as well, just to help protect the side skirts because they were getting kind of chipped up as well. When coming here to the windows are tinted from the actual dealer, and then I added these rain guards, which I just got on eBay. The first ones that came in did not match. They didn't like really line up at all, so I had to send them back and get a new one sent. These were significantly cheaper than the OEM or the Pro Civic ones, so I went ahead and went with that one. When coming to the back right here, there are a few different things that were added. I got a muffler delete here on the back just to add some tips to it. These are custom tips that they added, and I wanted to get it just because the exhaust doesn't show on the EX, and I thought that was kind of weird. I wanted to have the exhaust showing. Also, you see the red HFP diffuser that was added on by the dealer. And then the same thing here, just the Type R emblem that I added, which will be replaced with the carbon fiber ones from Aerospec when they come in. This turbo sticker is actually the OEM turbo sticker that comes on the cars in Europe and Canada. They don't include them here in the US, but I was able to find one on eBay and have it shipped out to me. Coming to the badging here, we have the HFP badge, which is in correspondence to the HFP parts that I have on the car on the bottom.
The lip, side skirt, and diffuser.
And then here with the Civic logo, I actually blacked it out with some vinyl overlays from Jets Vinyl. I also added these vinyl overlays here on the taillights from Premium Auto Styling. I thought it came out pretty well and it was pretty cheap. Some things that I do plan on adding is I do have a duckbill already that I want to add. I think it's just 3M that you put on. I do have that, but there is a rattle in it, so I'm contacting the seller to kind of see if I can get a new one sent out. And then the next thing I want to do is the HFP roof spoiler, which I didn't get as an option because I thought it looked a little bit too much when I got the car and I don't want to overdo it, but I think it would look fine now. Taking a look under the hood, it's pretty basic. I didn't really do too much here. I did add a strut bar, a Tanabe one here on the front, which I did a video on the install for. I did add this cover from eBay. A lot of people were kind of weary on them in the Facebook group saying that they could melt and stuff like that, but I've had zero issues and I've had it for a while, so really no issues with that. I have the PRL oil cap and battery tie down here. I don't know if you can really even see it from that angle. There you go. PRL cover right there. And then the stage 1 intake by PRL. I don't really see a difference in it. It just makes the turbo spool maybe a little bit louder, but I don't know. It was about $80, I think, but I think it does bring the whole engine bay together. I do plan on getting a cold air intake later down the road, but just kind of skipping out on that because I do have to drive my car a lot for work. And if it rains and there's a puddle, because Texas is kind of, you know, the weather is all over the place, I don't want to just get it just now. I'm probably going to wait another year. I wasn't the biggest fan of the blue cap for the windshield washer fluid, so I did plasti dip it black. And then these sides right here I bought on, I want to say eBay. It was about $30, $40. Because before this was all just pretty much open space, and I wanted to cover it up to kind of make it a little bit more clean. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the engine bay here. Not too much done, just a cover, a strut bar, and a stage 1 intake. Now the best part about this car is probably the trunk space. You get a pretty big trunk on its own here, but once you throw these seats down, you get the whole back seat along with it too. So this was a really big plus when we moved. You also have this privacy cover that you can just slide to the back, and as you see, you could fit a bike here easily. You could fit a TV. I was able to fit a 65-inch TV and a few bikes back here, so there was no issues. I do have this OEM plastic protector here just because I was messing up the cloth with all the stuff I was putting in the back, so this helps protect that. And there is one that goes on the back of the seats that I plan on getting as well. Besides that, I like to just keep it clean back here. I have my Honda first aid kit right here. This bag here is pretty much just some extra cleaning supplies, like for bugs and bird poop. I just keep a bunch of stuff in here, some paper towels, whatever I need, just in case. And then the last thing is my tactical shovel, which I posted a video on my Instagram about. It has all these different things in it, but I just keep it, you know, just in case. The next thing that I've also added here is also from Jets Vinyl. This is usually the people I go to for all my Civic vinyl stuff. These are some carbon fiber overlays here for the door sills that are like an oil spill color with the red X. I thought those were pretty cool. The back seat here is pretty spacious. It fits 3 comfortably here in the back, and as you see, Aaron likes the tilters all the way to the back. And then I also have the HFP floor mats here in the back and also here in the front. Here in the front seat, my HFP mat is kind of worn down already. I've had them for about 2 years, and I take them out periodically to clean, and it looks like it's due for a cleaning. And here on the bottom, I bought some pedal covers. I didn't want to do the full install on the sport pedals because you have to actually, you know, have a riveter and all that kind of stuff, and I don't. So these are just some cheap, I think it was like $20 covers for the pedals. And then this I got off Etsy, which is a dead pedal with the Honda logo on it to kind of match with everything. And then of course you have my K-tuner up here, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. So what you guys just saw was what Honda Hack can do when you start your car. It can play a personalized video for you. It can pick one that's already preloaded onto the Honda Hack, or you can make your own like I did and just put that on so when you start your car, it automatically plays it. I have a video kind of going through everything on Honda Hack. If you guys want to check that, it'll be down below. But getting into the car here, the first thing I want to show you guys is this mirror I have. So this mirror just looks like, you know, a regular rear view mirror, but it does have a cable going to it. And what I did is I tucked it in all along the top. I popped this off right here, wired it all the way down into the glove box, which then leads to my little power converter right here, where I have my phone charger and then also 2 USB ports. So what this actually is a dash cam, and as you can see, it's recording where I'm at right here. It gives you quite a few different options. You can have recording on, you can have a camera, and then here's the settings. You have a whole bunch of different things on here. You can also have it to where if you're parked, it'll also record, but this car kind of shuts off with its battery when you turn it off, so it kind of was pointless for this car. But I have something else that works for that. Either way, I bought this one because it records in 2K, which I guess is a little bit worse than 4K, but it seemed to be like the best rated one on Amazon that I could find for a good price. So I went ahead and went with this one. It just pretty much integrates my dash cam with my rear view mirror, and it also makes my rear view mirror look a little bit better because it's a lot longer. So that's one of the cooler things that I have in the car. And then I also have my Han Solo Smuggler's Dice from Disney. I have my Surikawa from JDM Surikawa here. Really happy with this. I have a video that I recorded. I don't know if I'm gonna have it uploaded by the time I actually upload this one, but I do have a video coming on it. I have my air dispenser here on the dash, which is kind of died out and I need to buy some refills for. And then under it, I bought these carbon fiber covers to kind of cover the other fake carbon fiber. So it's carbon fiber on fake carbon fiber. Oh, here you go. And I just thought this one looks a little bit better than what came standard on the car. I went ahead and threw this on here because there was a bubble underneath, like on the clear coat of this, and I didn't want that showing. So I went ahead and just threw that on there, and I think it looks pretty good. I did add a red ring around the start-stop engine, and I mean, that's pretty much the extent of the dash. Here you can see I added the wireless charger, which I use because I do have wireless Apple CarPlay here set up in the phone. I am recording on my phone right now, but as you see, I don't go to Apple CarPlay. I go to AutoKit, and from there it's going to connect for me. So that's what I use for Apple CarPlay now, and then I have my wireless charger. This is also connected to that power supply that I have under here. I also bought this leather cover that goes over just your little shifter, and I mean, it's really nothing. There aren't a whole lot of options for the automatic CVT here. So when going with this, I just wanted to get a leather cover. I wasn't gonna do anything crazy. You have those cup holder protectors that everybody kind of buys, and they go for like every single piece in here. And then I also did a Type R steering wheel install here. I took off the stock one just because I wanted a leather one. I went ahead and bought this and replaced it, and it really wasn't too bad. It did take me a while because one of the screws was scripted underneath, and it was actually the ground screw, so I had to go ahead and try to figure that out. So that took a while, but I'm pretty happy with this. The steering wheel came out really nice. I mean, of course, it's a Type R steering wheel. It's going to be better than what's in the EX. So I'm really happy with this. And along with the steering wheel here, I did get this vinyl overlay on Etsy. It is kind of faded now, but I think it does go pretty well with the actual red that's on there. And then I've also added LEDs here in the front. Also in the back, I have them in the dome, so everything's pretty much transitioned to LED here in the car. And then, like I said, I do have my K-tuner in here, and this is what I use to monitor that. It is a Samsung Galaxy J4 Orbit. I got it on Amazon for like, I want to say $25, and I only use it to monitor. People were saying just use the Honda hack, download it on here, but this tablet here in the front is really slow, and it's slow as it is, so I didn't want to add another app to it that actually I want to make sure is correct. So I went ahead and just got that, and I feel like it's a little bit better for me. I like having it here on the side. The EX also has a sunroof, which is pretty nice, and you have your controls here. It's where you can push and tilt. So I think that's really nice on the EX. I could have lived without it. I didn't really need the sunroof. I actually wanted to get the Sport when I was looking to get the car in 2018, but the Sport had kind of a smaller radio that didn't have Apple CarPlay, which is the feature that I really wanted just so I can plug in and use my navigation. I didn't really like the cluster here up front. I like this one on the EX a lot better. And as you can see, I'm at 42,000 miles right now, almost 43. So it's been about 2 years. We're going pretty strong. Also, disregard the miles per gallon that's listed there. I usually get closer to 30, 32. It just usually resets whenever I go fill up with gas, which I did yesterday. And then I drove through the city a lot yesterday as well. So today is July 11th, 2020, and I bought this car in April of 2018. So I've had it for over 2 years now. I put almost 50,000 miles on it. Well, really almost 43. I'm at 42.8 right now. So we've got quite a few miles on it. It's been a couple years. What are my thoughts? Now, I'll be honest with you. When I bought this car, I bought it just for a daily, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a daily. Now, I did add some exterior stuff to make it look a little bit nicer to me. I did add the tune just to make it a little bit more fun on the weekends when I'm not working. I can take it out for drives and stuff like that. But I didn't opt for a 6-speed manual, which I kind of regret. But I will say that the CVT is very powerful, and it's not your average CVT, if that makes sense. So when I was actually looking to buy the car, a lot of people in Facebook groups were kind of, just talking all this mess about the CVT, saying that it was weak, it was slow. And then when it comes to dyno testing on tuned ones, they were actually performing very well. And when I went to go look at them, there wasn't any 6 speeds available. It was like the hardest thing to find a 6-speed manual in the Civic Hatchback that wasn't the Type R. So I went ahead and just went CVT. There wasn't really a big issue about it. I can drive it, my fiance can drive it. I'm not the best with the 6-speed anyway. Now my fiance kind of refuses to drive this car now that it's tuned, and I keep, the tune on it. So it's continuously on stage 3. So she doesn't really like how fast it goes and how fast it picks up compared to her Civic. So she has, I want to say, a 2014, and then this is a 2018 with the turbo in it. Hers doesn't have a turbo in it. But if it comes down to it, when she's picked me up from the airport and stuff like that, she has driven my car a couple times, and she actually enjoys it. She just wishes that it didn't pick up as fast as it did. And now, don't get me wrong when I'm saying that it picks up fast. I'm not saying this is anything crazy. This is still a Civic. It's still a Honda Civic. It's not a race car. But this thing does have a little bit of pick-me-up to it, especially on stage 3 with the TSP tune. when you get on the highway and you know, gradually get up there because you don't want to floor it, right? If you're doing 60 rolls, stuff like that, you're going to be pretty good. Now, my couple gripes with the car is I didn't really like the stock steering wheel, which is why I changed to the Type R one. The paint is really cheap on the car, which is one of the things I touched on when we were on the outside. Paint chips are inevitable on all cars, but this one just chips super easily. Like, I want to say there was one time where I just looked at it and I couldn't not see a piece of the hood that did not have a chip in it. It was ridiculous, so I had to touch it all up. Also, the build of the car, it's pretty good, but also the door panels I feel are really weak. There was a lot of door dings on my car from when we went to IKEA this one time. I got like 3 dings on it. I had to go to a paintless dent repair guy and he took them all out, luckily, but I mean, still, that was about $200 that I spent that I didn't need to spend if the metal was just a little bit stronger on the body. And then the last biggest gripe I have, I'll go ahead and flip the camera and show you guys. The thing I hate the most about this car are these armrests. And it's not that they're not comfortable. I mean, they're pretty hard, but they fade continuously. I you know, clean it. I use that tough stuff. I tried to keep it, you know, not as dry, and it gets pretty gross. I mean, it just looks all white and it's on both sides. And if you spill like any type of drink on it, it stains. So you have to clean it immediately. And for it being black, I mean, I thought it would be a little bit easier to keep clean, but it's just kind of terrible. I really don't like it. So my final thoughts here on the car is that, you know, for a daily driver, I love it. For performance, it's pretty quick. I mean, I don't have any issues with that. I've never had to take it to a mechanic for any type of internal issues, any type of powertrain warranty, anything like that. And with the tune, I feel like, you know, it goes a lot quicker than what I expected it to go, and it's a lot quicker than what it was at stock. And I was pretty happy with it at stock as well. Now, I did test drive a few other cars before I got this one, and I looked around for a while, and I was thinking, you know, maybe I'll get a Prius if I'm going to be driving around a lot. And that was really just not what I was looking for. The Corolla was a little bit better, but then this one, it comes with the turbo. It has a lot more get up to it than any of those other cars, and I really liked it. It looked more aggressive than the other two. So it was a pretty easy pick going into it, you know, something that's not going to break the bank, something that's a little bit quicker than your average car, and also something that looks good. Now, hopefully this helps you out if you're looking to get a Civic, if that's the hatch, the coupe, the sedan, whatever it may be. If you're looking to get an SI, a Type R, something like that. Honda has the reputation of long-lasting cars, and with this one, with almost 50,000 miles on it, I've had no issues for 2 years, and this is something that I personally wanted. You know, I didn't want to have to continuously have to take my car in for maintenance and stuff like that. The oil changes aren't hard to do, and they're also not expensive. The transmission fluid change, I had the dealership do because I've never done it before, and I wanted to watch them do it before I tried it. And those are really the only 2 things you need to do to keep up with your car besides, you know, rotating and balancing the tires. So overall, I would definitely recommend a Honda Civic, especially the 10th gen. I feel like they did a really good job styling these cars. The performance on the cars is really well. And also there's not too many, you know, hiccups with the powertrain. So honestly, it's a really good car to get if you're looking for something reliable, pretty good on gas, and has a little bit of pick-me-up to it. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It did take me a while to film this, and I just kind of wanted to go through every little thing I've done to the car, what I plan on doing to it, and just kind of like an overall review on what I thought from the 2 years that I've had this car. Well, I'll link my Instagram and also my car's Instagram on the bottom. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I'm planning on doing some more installs for the car, recording it, and then I also do like some gaming and shoe reviews and stuff like this on here. That is going to be it. Hope you guys stay safe, and I'll catch you guys next time.